Marching toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's the 12th overall pick in April's draft, Jahmyr Gibbs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's about it. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Now Goff. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. So opening drive, 3rd down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
On 1st and 10, Goff. A pass complete downfield. It's Raymond. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, that run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And St. Brown going to have the Lions first down as he's inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Goff. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
That's a ball he needs to let go of there. Wasn't the most time in the world to work through his progression, but NFL quarterbacks, they've got to sense the pressure. They've got that internal clock, and the ball has to be gone. And if you're not going to escape and run for it, you have to let it go before the pressure gets to you and puts you on the ground.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Here's Goff. And that's going to be incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere. And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Lamar changing the look. Now it's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. Dobbins trying the left side. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. No score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Now it's Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
In motion left, Bateman. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of data.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Cross throw going into the hands of Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. The end result, 21 yards.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. To throw is Goff. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things. A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now Jackson going to shift him around. Here's Jackson to throw on 2nd down. He finds Bateman over the middle. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Now they'll change things around before the snap. 44. A give. Dobbins trying the right side. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the 1st half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. In motion left, Bateman. Jackson on first down. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Here's the backup now, the former Badger, Melvin Gordon. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Switch up. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Hey, middle.
Now they empty the backfield and motion the man left.
46, boys, 46.
Third and goal, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Tucker's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The final shot before break here. Goff. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he's going to be dropped quickly right there at the 48, a couple yards shy of midfield. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd down and a yard. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Jack Campbell, a 1st-round pick there on the tackle. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. And now Jackson will look to throw it, eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action. It's gone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. A give right side for Gibbs. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd. Gibbs will try and pick it up. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run for it. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Brandon, 4th and 1 on their own side of the 50, and they decide to go for it. As a former defender, I take that personally. I can't believe they let them pick that up. They should have swarmed the line of scrimmage and stuffed that one.
Not surprised, though, because they told us about the supreme confidence they had in the O-line, and they were able to get that yard. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And the Ravens will take over here just shy of the 30. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You've got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the 4th quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
Jackson going to change things up a bit. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
And this guy can be everywhere. Kyle Hamilton getting there to drop him for a loss.
Some of the big boppers in the game traditionally have been safeties, and he certainly fits that mold. He lets his pads do his talking.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gibbs. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a play fake, and it's Goff. Rolling to his right. That is incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear of risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Now a 2nd and 6. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. That's complete left side to Bateman. They find some open field here. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. To throw is Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket.
And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Jackson, options out left. And he'll be out of bounds. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. First down. He's been pretty good with his legs in this game. A really nice gain there. Defensively, they've been okay covering downfield, but you got to account for the quarterback, right?
Yeah, and that's the hardest part because normally when you play 11 on 11, it's truly not 11 on 11. Defensively, you don't account for the quarterback in the run game. You account for every...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
J.K. Dobbins
with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Ravens are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage.
Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time they were stopped on 4th down, had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around.
I'm eager to see what their mindset is, because moving the ball, feeling good, and then that abrupt stop on 4th down, do they go back to the bench and go, oh, boy, they've got something for us? Or do they go to the bench and say, we blew it ourselves, let's get back out there and move the ball again?
And is it different when you get stopped on 4th versus punt? Is that more motivation for the defense, a little more confidence?
I think as a defense, you're so excited with a 4th down stop. Making them punt, that's your goal anyway. But a 4th down stop, that's almost a sign of disrespect that they went for it in the first place. And when you get that, you feel great about yourselves.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Goff now looks to throw.
He's got it complete to Gibbs.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
A 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10.
Now a first down throw. Goff. Williams brings it in. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
This is 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
There's Goff. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did. And to do going in, where